Welcome to my Let's Play of Romancing Saga 3. This is my first Let's Play with live commentary, so good luck with that. As you can tell here, this is not the English translation that Banished did, it's the original Japanese version. The two versions aren't that different from each other, except this one lacks the Shinon secret that Banished put into the translated version. I have nothing against Banishd's translation, if you think that's the reason why I'm using the Japanese version. I'm quite happy with it. It brought a lot of people to actually play Romancing Saga 3. Downside is that it had some awkward English grammar at times. Then again, I guess that happens when a Chinese man translates from Japanese to English. But as I said, I love the English version. The world story is that there's a death eclipse every 300 years. 600 years ago, a child survived it and became the Devil King. 300 years later, a different child survived and became the Holy King. So a child that survives the death eclipse is now seen as a destined child. The last death eclipse was about 10 years ago, but the destined child hasn't been found yet. Although they are wondering whether it'll become a devil or a holy king. If somebody were to ask me, yes, I can speak Japanese somewhat. I've been teaching myself for a good 12 years now. I'm good at spoken Japanese, but I still have trouble with kanji at times. Anyhow, here are 8 main characters we can choose from. 8 main characters, and 6 of them can become our party members later on, unless, well, except for Katarina, who can only be in your party if you choose her as your main character, which is what I'm gonna do because she's a great main character, and a great character overall. And stick with these 2, and she's gonna specialize in big swords. Big swords are strong, and as you can see here, her speed is 23, so strong big swords with speed equals lots of damage. This is Monica. My last playthrough was with her. And as any good RPG hero and princess, the eavesdrops. This is Godwin. He wants to take over the throne after killing the last Luan Marquis, and I like his ponytail. The typical story of a bad politician wanting to take over from the rightful heir. Hey, nobody said that Romancing Saga 3 was very original. They also plan to take Monica hostage for a little insurance. And as any typical game princess, she wears pink. I have nothing against pink, it's a very nice color. Just that I see a lot of blondes wearing it. It doesn't look very good on them. Oh, Katarina, it's terrible! What? Katarina wants to go to Mika's army camp to tell him about it, but Monica decides to go herself. A princess that actually manages to avoid being captured? First time I saw it was with Zelda and Ocarina of Time. It doesn't happen very often. Anyway, this intro is pretty much identical to Monica's up to this point. With Monica, we'd go to Shinon now and meet up with the others, but Katarina will stay here. He grabs a decoy to take Monica's place so nobody knows that she's gone. wear this and lie in this bed. Look, if the princess's bodyguard tells you to wear that and lie in that bed, you will lie in that damn bed. Anyway, Katarina has two versions to her intro. One involves no fighting and the other involves one boss fight. To get the version of not fighting, leave the room, then immediately re-enter and choose to wait. You'll be thrown into jail and will remain there until Mikael has retaken Luan. I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do the fighting. Monica is wearing the Masquerade and some more equipment actually. But since that is gonna get taken from us, we're just gonna hide it in here first. Just making sure that it really got away, because I've had problems today. It has happened to me before that I took the items, put them in here, and when I went to retrieve them afterwards, they weren't in there. Which is really, really bad, because she was very squishy. This guy approaches us whenever we leave the room. What was Miss Monica doing? He's sleeping. Oh! Okay. Bye! There's only one more thing we have to do before we are pretty much done with the preparations. Yeah, whatever. We all love Luan. Grab the key, and then go to the far right cell, which is the only empty one. And then return to the room and wait. You will be thrown into jail. The storm noise is amazing music. You know, if I want to listen to a storm, I just open my window. And we go in here and we can either choose to wait or work a bit more, but since we've prepared everything, we're just gonna wait. See, this is what Katarina is awesome. There are 4 guys here, and she is weaponless, and she's still ready to take them on. You know, I always wondered if Godwin actually managed to realize that he had a decoy Monica on his hand. Anyway, we're in jail. Don't worry, it won't become a habit in this game. We're having the key, but we're waiting until Mikael is back. Because Mikael is dreamy. Why are these cells empty? Maybe Godwin let the people out. Oh my god, it's Mikael-sama! This guy is Tornado, who is also called Harit, who is also called El Nul. Mouthful. Anyway, we now have 2 party members. Harit has to wear a curved sword and a first weapon slot, because he's a special little snowflake like that. Mikael is wearing an S-Tok, which is a pretty good weapon of an AP, and it costs actually 5,000 ore once you are outside of the intro. Excuse me. And he's also carrying a life cane. There are only a few in the game, and this pretty much is your only way of healing that doesn't consist of salves. I'm thinking of taking it off, but since Mikael is gonna be in my party later on anyway, I'm just gonna keep it. Behind here is the boss fight, but since Katarina is incredibly squishy right now, we have to return and grab her equipment. Meh. Leave me alone. Crap. I love the battle music. Go away. Now we can have our equipment back. These are salves that heal 100, these are bigger and heal 400. But I'm not gonna equip the big sword because the Masquerade has a special attack called Wake Up, whereas in the English version Awakening, which turns it from an EP into a big sword. Gonna quick switch the form here to open delta to keep Katarina in the back a bit, so she gets a little less damage taken. Where is Godwin? But remove yourself from my throne before you answer, you little bitch! Yeah, the Masquerade is one of the Holy King relics. And while it has the nice effect of turning from Epi into Big Sword, overall it's not very good. And again, none of the relics are that good. I will heal you by smacking you in the face with a mace! I'm gonna try that in real life. A video game told me it would work. Dead. Luckily, healing counts as resurrecting as well, except for one character that can become your party member. But if we're gonna get him, it's not gonna be for very long. This is Shatter Staff. This is a special thing that the Life Canes can do. It basically shatters the staff and heals the entire group. Downside, it shatters the staff. And as I said, there's only a limited number of them. Would you stop killing Katarina? Oh, Harald is too strong. This scene is in every intro. It's basically the one time that has all 8 main characters in the same room and basically finishes up the first intro. Some still have more of an intro afterwards, but mostly this is it. Longest intros are Julian and Monica's. It's bad. Because longer intro means more fighting means more HP, and that can rid you out of certain side quests. I was worried about you. I failed as a bodyguard. Woman! Mikhail is hugging you. Stop thinking of your job. I was worried about you as a woman. Oh, that is so sweet. The two are so in love. They're just off to look at the water, I'm sure. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I have the Masquerade. What the hell? You mean Katarina cheated on Mikhail with not Mikhail? Oh god. What happened to your hair? That's a good question. Her first appearance it looked lavender. But here it definitely looks pink. Mikhail gives us permission to try to re-obtain the Masquerade. However, he's telling us that until we have the Masquerade again, he is practically banishing us from Luan. Most characters can re-enter Luan once they have closed one Abyss gate, but not Katarina. She needs to have both of those conditions applied. Or just having the Masquerade. If they could take the Masquerade from you with just one person, would they be able to do it with an entire army sent after you? I cannot answer that. You know, this scene always made me think of an entire army of Mikhail sent after Katarina. Can you tell that I ship these two characters? Anyway, we are now banished from Luan, and the only place we could go to is Mules. Mules is practically the intro city for almost every character. The only two characters I can think of where it differs are Julian and Monica. Their intros can end either here, in Mules, or one awakens in Zweig and the other in Farce. So this was practically Katarina's intro, and this will be the end of this video. Goodbye!